it is Heather from Heather Travels, and I'm here today with another comparison video and getting assistance from my daughter Megan and my son Ben.
Hello.
Today we are going to compare for you Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin with Great Wolf Lodge in Bloomington, Minnesota, which is where we are right now. Okay, so we're in our room at Great Wolf Lodge Bloomington, which is right down the street from Mall of America. So they do have packages at this resort that you can combine with stuff from Mall of America. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of videos coming up about Mall of America attractions, so you can watch for those. If you have not already watched my video tour of Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells, I will link it right here for you, above Ben's wolf ears.
Trying to fix it.
Okay, so we're going to talk to you about some of the similarities and differences between the two locations, and also I want the kids' opinions on which they like better. So I think I mentioned in our Great Wolf Lodge video that we've stayed there a lot of times, many times in Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
Over the course of, even before these two were born, I had stayed there with Andrew, and so we've stayed there probably 10, 12 times, I don't know, a bunch of times. And this is only our second time staying here, and this is only Megan's first time staying here. Ben and I came here last summer, just the two of us, when Megan was away at camp. And
which one was that?
I think it was when you went to Arrowhead.
Okay.
We were only here one night that time, him and I. And then it was very new. It had just opened like the previous December, I think. I don't think it's 2 years old yet. I think it's only like a year and a half, between a year and a half and 2 years old.
Year and 4 months.
Yeah. But the hotel itself was a Radisson, and the water park was called Waterpark of America. And you could come just to the water park then. I think now they've made it like all other Great Wolf Lodge properties where you have to be a guest of the resort. Yeah, you must have to be, because we had to scan our wristband to get into the water park. So there's actually a little gate that opened. Okay, we just got out of the water park, and that's why our hair is not completely dry. Our first thing we want to tell you is a tip. We were waiting outside the water park entrance when it opened.
First in line.
Yeah. We were the first in line for the tube slides, like the first to ride the tube slides of the day. And I want to say that was awesome. This was a really good time of day to go into a water park because there was nobody in there. I mean,
the floor was
dry. Yeah, and that was really cool because it wasn't slippery yet, and it was really nice. And actually, because this resort is not very big, it never, even by the time we left, it never really gets crowded in there.
No.
Because there's just not that many people here to make it very crowded. It's a relatively small water park, but there's plenty to do.
Yeah.
My favorite parts were the two tube slides that you can go on either in a single tube or a double tube. And I rode it once with Ben and once with Megan. And then they went together one time too. And there's two of them. And the one on the left,
if you're up top on the platform, the one on the left is much faster.
It's faster.
Wilder.
Yeah, and it was really fun. And they're not clear or open because they go outside, but they're like translucent, so the light comes in.
Yeah.
And then there's a big family raft tube slide that also goes outside. We did not ride that today because I don't like those anymore because they make me go backwards because I'm usually the heaviest one in the raft, and then I get kind of sick. And that one is entirely in the dark.
No, there was some open.
Was there some open stuff? Oh, okay.
And then, there's a waterfall at the end.
Yeah, so you go through the waterfall at the end. And then there were a couple of body slides.
There's like 3.
We didn't do those. And then the whole big kids area, which you can look at in my tour video of this property, which I will link right here, was really fun. And it has the bucket, and it said that the bucket dumps every 5 minutes.
There's a howl that signifies that.
Yep, there's a howl for the bucket, and there's a howl for when the wave pool is going to start.
The wave pool is a pack of howls, and the bucket is just one howl.
Yeah, it's cool. And they made us howl before we went in the water park this morning. We had to clap and stomp and howl.
We would stomp?
Yeah, she said stomp, howl.
I didn't stomp.
You didn't stomp? Yeah.
I didn't.
It's very Megan was commenting that this property seems a lot more interactive.
And yet at the same time, this one feels less like a great wolf.
Yeah, it does. It seems more like just a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Probably because of the layout. The other thing I noticed I want to say about Waterparks is, and this is for both of these properties. Now, we've only been to these two, and there's a lot more Great Wolf Lodge properties, but the Waterpark
is on here.
Yeah, the Waterpark is very clean, and the lifeguards are very good. The lifeguards at Great Wolf Lodge must get really extensive lifeguard training because they are extremely attentive. And I can tell you that Great Wolf Lodge is the only water park I have ever seen a lifeguard dive in after somebody. I've seen that 2 or 3 times at Great Wolf Lodge. I think it was
not today.
No, it was always at Wisconsin Dells, and I think it was when Andrew was littler. But I've seen them go in the water after kids more than once. So they're really watching, and I feel very safe at Great Wolf Lodges in the water park because the lifeguards are so I mean, you can see them. They are scanning the whole. They're walking up and down, and they obviously have some kind of system that they're trained to do. And then the one thing I noticed at this one, they're also super nice.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably that Minnesota nice that you hear about. We're like that too because we live basically pretty much in Minnesota.
Canada.
Yeah, in Canada. Because I had to ask 3 questions today. I asked one lifeguard when we got in there, did we need to carry, there was a pile of tubes, and since we were the first ones going on the slide, I said, do we need to carry these up? And she said yes. And then later when we were going around the lazy river, there was another lifeguard that had a pile of tubes, and I had the double tube, and I wanted to switch to a single tube, and I said, can I trade? She's like, oh, sure you can. And she gave me a different tube and took my other one away. And then I didn't know if Ben was too big to go on the slides in the kid area. And so we climbed up the steps. There was just one lifeguard in there, and I asked him, is he too big? Is there a weight limit for these slides like there was at Kalahari? If you haven't seen my Kalahari video, you can watch it right here. And he said, no, there's no weight limit. And he said, ma'am, you can go on these slides too. And I'm like, oh, great. So I did.
You went on one of them.
Yeah, I went on one of them. There was one that was open, and then there were 2 that were darkish and enclosed. And Ben did both of those, and one of them he did twice. I don't like to go on those smaller ones like that are completely enclosed because I'm afraid I'm going to hit my head. Yeah. So what else did you guys like about this water park?
Well, I liked that there's a variety of slides. I like that there's a variety. Like there's a variety of things to do, but not like a lot to do. So, like
it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not like Kalahari or like Disney or whatever where you
there's really no lines. It's very compact, and there's not very many people in there.
Well, I wonder if that was because we were there so
early in the morning.
Yeah.
It was very easy to navigate. Like Kalahari, those staircases and bridges, I got lost so much. But this one, I knew exactly where I was at all times.
A mom actually asked me down in the water park this morning, she said, you just went down the tube slides, right? And I said, yeah. And she said, how do you get up there? And I said, any steps you see will get you there because all the slides, it's just one platform. It was just one platform for the body slides, the 2 rafts, the 2 tube slides, and the big family raft slide. It all goes from the same place. So I told her, I said, as long as you go up the steps you see, you're going to get there. And she's like, oh, great, thanks. And then I saw her later when she came down the tube slide. So it's very easy to navigate. You can kind of see the whole thing in one scope, but it's themed really nice. Mm-hmm. It's themed really cute. Now, to compare it with the one at Wisconsin Dells, the one at Wisconsin Dells is significantly bigger.
Yeah.
But
that has multiple big, huge rooms.
But I still think it's very easy to navigate, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it's really just those 3 rooms, and you can't really get lost.
They're all very open.
Yeah, they're very open. And again, I would say the theming there is very good. I guess the difference would be there's more stuff at the one at Wisconsin Dells because
clearly because it's bigger.
It's just bigger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Have lines ever really gotten real bad there either?
I don't remember.
I really think it's an advantage how Great Wolf Lodge does it that they only let guests of the resort go in the water park. Because Kalahari lets anybody come, it gets significantly crowded at Kalahari and busy. And I would say Mount Olympus is that way too, from when I went to Mount Olympus a zillion years ago. So, yeah. Okay, what about the hotel itself?
It's nice. I definitely like the theming of the hotel in general too.
Yeah, I do
Like-
too.
I don't think we ever stayed here.
Yes, we did. We
Oh.
stayed here once or twice, but I think the only time you were really little.
Yeah, well, anyway, I don't remember it as a Radisson at all. But, I mean, I'm assuming it had to be just like a normal hotel. And they have a bunch of, like, there's an arcade, there's a ropes course, there's, like, a little wolf village with...
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You can
how
see all
they've
that in
turned
the
it
tour.
over.
They've made it very woodsy themed, and I mean, I can tell you from when we stayed here before, the general layout of the room is the same. They even had these bunk bed rooms. So all those suites with different configurations that they've added, like the cabin suites and stuff, that's got to all be in that new wing that they added on after Great Wolf Lodge bought it. I actually think that this property feels cozier
Mhm.
and more warm, and I like the lobby better than the one in Wisconsin Dells.
They're really similar, those lobbies.
Yeah, kind of.
The lobby in this one has a lot more seating areas.
Yes, it does. And I like that big fireplace. I mean, there's a big fireplace. It wasn't on when we were there last time because it was summer, but we've seen it on. I think it's a little bit like divided up better in the lobby here, because at the Great Wolf in Wisconsin Dells, the check-in is like kind of like out where everybody needs to walk and stuff, and
it's right in front of the door, sideways.
yeah, and there's also significantly more dining options here. This one has a lot more dining options, and now that I see that they've put the Magic Quest stuff here too, this resort actually has way more to do than the one in Wisconsin Dells, because this one has the Magic Quest, the water park, the ropes course, the arcade, the bowling, the
Which we might do.
gem mining, and the rock climbing wall. So there's actually more activities here than there is at the one in Wisconsin Dells, even though the one in Wisconsin Dells is a bigger property with more rooms, and the water park is bigger. So I guess if you want to spend most of your time in the water park and then maybe have that one extra thing to do with the Magic Quest, Wisconsin Dells would be a better choice. If you want something with a variety of activities, because maybe you don't want to spend all your time in the water park, then this would be a better choice. Would you guys agree? And part of it may just be location. What other things do you want to do on your vacation? In Wisconsin Dells, there's obviously lots and lots of other activities to do in the Dells. But here there is too. I mean, we're going to go do a whole bunch of stuff over in Mall of America. And even if you don't go to Mall of America, the Twin Cities has plenty of stuff to do. So, I mean, either way, you're not going to go wrong, I don't think, with other things to do. Okay, let's talk about this room a little bit. We need to talk about the comfort level.
Okay. I'm going to say right away, the bunk beds were not made for teenagers or even kids his size.
Yeah, they're
they
too
were
big.
clearly made for like little kids.
Are you guys going to be okay sleeping in them another night?
Fine.
Are you going to be okay?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it up there.
Ben likes it. But yeah, they are not
I don't
tall enough.
fit.
Yeah, she's too tall. Megan, I mean, right now it looks like I'm taller, but Megan is actually a little bit
I'm slumped.
taller than me. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. Look at those ears. My bed, how was the mattress comfort though?
It was actually kind of hard.
Yeah, mine was too. The mattresses are very firm. What else were you going to say? Were your pillows okay?
My pillow was fine, but flat.
My pillow. I had 3 pillows, and they were the worst pillows in the history of pillows.
I have to say, it was very clean, and
Yeah.
it felt clean.
Yeah,
But it was not the most comfortable.
it's
bed.
clean and it's very cute in here.
All Ben and I got for blankets were one sheet and then the wolf Sherpa thing. So if we like had a limb sticking out of the wolf Sherpa thing, which was really easy because it was so small, like we were
It's like a
freezing.
baby blanket. We were all, well, Megan and I both said we were cold.
I was freezing.
The covers are not adequate. But Ben was warm, but that makes sense because Ben was in the top bunk.
Ben was up in that little enclosed
Yeah, and
cave.
heat rises. And the other thing, I guess, is it's not a real big room.
Yeah.
It's kind of small. But it's got a nice big picture window. And, I mean, for the 3 of us, it's fine. But I think if you had more, because you could technically sleep 6 people in here, because this couch we're sitting on is a double bed. I wouldn't want 6 people in here. First of all, I don't know where you put your stuff, because there's no luggage rack. So we have the tripod, the camera is sitting on my, don't kick that, guys. The tripod is sitting on my suitcase on the coffee table trunk thing. Megan's suitcase is on the floor, and Ben's suitcase is on that bench that was on the end of the bed, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at our room tour. I'll link it right here. Okay, the rooms at the other Great Wolf Lodge.
I don't remember them at all.
I do remember also having some issues with comfort of the beds there, but those, I say it's a different problem. I think the mattresses here are very new and they're really firm. The mattresses at the Great Wolf Lodge in Wisconsin Dells, I think, are getting old and they're getting kind of But maybe since the last time we've stayed there, they've replaced them. So I don't know. But they have cute room configurations there too.
They have log cabins with bunk beds in them.
They have those here too.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and then anything else we want to talk about?
Nope.
These 2 resorts are pretty much equidistant from where we live. This one might be.
One thing I noticed.
Yeah.
This one seems a lot more woodsy and colorful, and the other one seems a lot more just woodsy.
Yeah, I agree. This one is decorated.
This is more woodsy and homey.
Yeah.
Well, the other one is woodsy and...
Like you're out in the woods.
Yeah.
This it's cuter, I think, yeah.
Like more like for kids.
Yeah, it is. I would say if I was going to pick,
this one.
I like this one better.
Yeah, me too.
I do like a lot of things about the water park better at the other one. It's worth going there for the bigger water park, but if I was going to pick, I would probably pick this one if we had to choose between the 2. So that's what we think. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No.
We've not tried, the only food we've tried is the Ben & Jerry's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, and the Dunkin' Donuts this morning. We got Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast and it was good. They had more than donuts.
Mm-hmm.
They had like breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, and
Like
and little hash
burgers
browns.
or stuff.
Yeah, they're like croissants or biscuits or bagels and stuff with sausage and bacon and cheese and egg on them. And but we probably won't eat at any of the other dining things here while we're here, because we're probably going to eat over at the mall and stuff. So that's our thoughts on comparing the 2 Great Wolf Lodge resorts. We hope that this was helpful to you in making your choice. I would recommend either one. But our just personal preference is we like this one a little bit better. But we'd still happily stay at the other one too. So
We've been to that one.
we've been to that many more times than this one.
2
so.
versus like 25.
Right. So thank you everyone for joining us today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to click on the subscribe button. And we will see you in our next video. Have a great day. Safe travels.
Safe travels.